So today we are going to talk about Python data structures, understanding list, tuple and dictionaries. It is totally a comprehensive guide to fundamental Python data organization. So let's go to the topic. In Python programming, lists, tuples and dictionaries are types of fundamental data structures that help in storing and manipulating collections of data for writing efficient and readable codes. It is necessary to understand these basic structures. Today, I will explain all the key characteristic use cases and major differences between lists, tuples and dictionaries, which are often been confused. This will enable us to choose the right structure for our Python programming requirements. Overview of Python collections. In Python, collections are data structures that group multiple varied elements. In Python collections, they include lists, tuples, and dictionaries are most commonly used in their flexibility and comprehensibility. These structures allow to manage and manipulate data efficiently, which is especially important when working with large data set and learning models. Lists, they are ordered mutable collections. Tuples, they are ordered immutable collections. Dictionaries, they are unordered collections of key value pairs. So we are talking about the list in a Python. A list is a data structure in Python that is mutable or changeable, and it is ordered sequence of elements. Each element or value that is inside of a list is called an item. Just as strings are defined as character between quotes, lists are defined by having values between square bracket. Lists are great to use when you want to work with many related values. They enable you to keep data together that belongs together, condense your code and perform the same methods and operations on multiple values at once. When thinking about Python lists and other data structure that are type of collections, it is useful to consider all the different collections you have on your computer. Your assorted of files, your songs playlist, your browser bookmarks, your emails, the collection of videos you can access on a streaming service and more. Next, I will be talking about indexing list. Each item in a list corresponds to an index number, which is an integer value starting with the index number 0. Here we can see an example. For the list C creatures, the index breakdown look like shark is in 0th index, cuttlefish is in first index, squid is in second index, shrimp is in third index, anemone is in fourth index. The first item, the shark, starts at index 0 and the list ends at index 4 with the item anemone. Because each item in a Python list has a corresponding index number, we are able to access and manipulate list in the same ways we can with other sequential data types. Now we can call a discrete item of the list by referring by its particular index number. In the example we can see that print C creatures and the square bracket will be typing 1. The output will be cuttlefish. The index number for the list range from 0 to 4 as shown in the table above. So to call any of the teams individually, we would refer to the index numbers like this. If we call the list C creatures with an index number of any that is greater than 4, it will be out of range and it will not be valid. And it will be occurring an index error. We can see the output like that. And in addition to positive index number, we can also access items from the list with a negative index number by counting backwards from the end of the list, starting at -1. This is especially useful if we have a long list and we want to pinpoint an item towards the end of a list. Same list C creatures, we can take an example. The negative index breakdown like this. Shark will be in the -5, cuttlefish will be in the -4, squid will be in -3 like that, and anemone will be in -1. Likewise, we can see the output. Next, I will be talking about modifying item in a list. We can use indexing to change items within the list by setting an index number equal to a different value. This gives us greater control over list as we are unable to modify and update the items that they contain. If we want to change the string value of an item at index 1 from cuttlefish to octopus, we can do like this. First we want to type like C creatures in the square bracket index number equal to whatever we want. If in this example we are typing octopus, and the output when we print, instead of that cuttlefish, octopus will appear in that list. So it will be displayed like shark, octopus, squid, mantis shrimp and animal. This is a major example. And the next I am going to talk is about slicing list. We can also call out a few items from the list. Let's say we would like to only print the middle items of a sea creatures. We can do so by creating a slice, and by using it. With slice we can call multiple values by creating a range of index numbers separated by a colon x colon y in the square bracket. In slicing also we have positive indexing and negative indexing. In this example I am going to print sea creatures from the index number 1 to 4, and the output will be like octopus, blobfish, mantis shrimp. And 1 is the starting index and the 4 will be the ending last index. But fourth index will not be including in this corresponding output. From it will start from 1 and end before the third index. When creating a slice as in the first to fourth index, the first index number is where the slice starts, inclusive, and the second index number is where the slice ends, exclusive. Which is why in our example above, the items at position 1, 2 and 3 are the items that print out. If we want to include either end of the list, we can omit one of the numbers in the list, x colon y. Syntax. For example, if we want to print the first 3 items of the list sea creatures, which would be shark, octopus, blobfish, we can do so by typing print sea creatures colon 3. So it will be printing from first to the first 3 items of the list. So the next topic is about Python tuples. A Python tuple is an ordered, immutable collection of elements. Tuples are similar to lists, but unlike lists, their contents cannot be changed after creation. This immutability makes them suitable for representing fixed collection of related data, where the integrity of data needs to be preserved. So let's look about the key characteristic of tuples. First one, order. The elements in a tuple maintain a defined order, meaning the order of insertion of preserved. Immutable. Once a tuple is created, its elements cannot be changed, added or removed. Heterogeneous. Tuples can contain elements of different data types, for example, integers, strings, other tuples list. Indexed. Elements in a tuple are accessed using indices, starting from 0 for the first element. So let's check about how the tuples are being created. Creating tuples. Tuples are created by enclosing comma separated values within parentheses. Close parenthesis. Empty tuple. For example, empty tuple is inside the close parenthesis. So next we are going to look about the basic operations of a tuple. First one, accessing of Python tuples. Next, concatenation of tuples, slicing of tuple and deleting of a tuple. First, let's look about accessing of tuples. We can access the elements of a tuple by using indexing and slicing, similar to how we access elements in a list. Indexing starts at 0 for the first element and goes up to n-1, where n is the number of elements in the tuple. Negative indexing starts from -1 from the last element and goes backward. In this example, we can see that tuple tuple the parenthesis jigs and print tup of 0, and the output will be printing like jigs. Likewise, in the class we discussed in the before, it is shown like that, print tuple from first to fourth, like same slicing method we used in this output. Concatenation of tuples. Tuples can be concatenated using the plus operator. This operation combines two or more tuples to create a new tuple. In the below example, we can see two tuples. Tuple 1 with 0, 1, 2, 3 integer, and tuple 2 with beside the parenthesis with a string. And the tuple 3, we concatenate two of the tuples, tuple 1 and tuple 2, and we will print. So the output will be like that. And next we will be talking about slicing of tuple. Slicing of a tuple means creating a new tuple from a subset of elements of the original tuple. The slicing syntax is tuple square bracket start, stop, and step. Start means from the which index we should start, and the stop where it should be ended, and the step means how the increment. It should be a 1 or 2, like that we can give the increment, -1. And we should note one thing, that negative increment values can also be used to reverse the sequence of tuples. Here we can see the example of 3 of the first removing the first element, and next reversing the tuple and printing elements of a particular range, and we can see the output. Next and the final topic is about deleting a tuple. Since tuples are immutable, we cannot delete individual elements of a tuple. However, we can delete an entire tuple using del statement. And the thing we have to remind is that printing of a tuple after deletion results in an error. Next we will be talking about Python dictionaries. A Python dictionary is a built-in data structure used to store collections of data in a key value pairs. It is a fundamental and versatile data type in Python, often referred to as an associative array or hash mapping other programming languages. Key characteristics of Python dictionaries. Key value pairs. Dictionaries store data as mappings where each unique key is associated with the corresponding value. It is ordered from Python 3.7 version. Dictionaries maintain the insertion order of items. In older versions, Python 3.6 and earlier, dictionaries were unordered. It is mutable, changeable. You can add, remove, or modify key value pairs after a dictionary has been created. No duplicated keys. Each key within a dictionary must be unique. If you try to add a duplicate key, the existing value associated with the key will be overwritten. Keys must be immutable. Dictionary's key must be of an immutable data type, such as string, numbers, or tuples. Mutable types like list or other dictionaries cannot be used as keys. Values can be of any type. Dictionary values can be of any data type, including other dictionaries, list, numbers, or strings. Let's look about creating a dictionary. Dictionaries are defined using curly braces with key value pairs separated by colons. Any individual pair separated by commas. In this example, we can see my dict equal to name Alice, age 30, city New York. And next we are going to look about accessing dictionary elements. Values can be accessed by referencing their corresponding key using square brackets or the get method. In this example, we can see print my dict of name, and the output will be Alice. Print my dict dot by get method age, the output will be 30. And the common dictionary operations are adding, modifying elements, removing elements, iterating. So let's look about how we are creating a dictionary. Dictionaries are typically created using curly braces with the key value pairs separated by columns and individual pairs separated by commas. In this example, we can see that my dict is the name of the dictionary name, and inside that brand is there, model number is there, and the year. And we can see how we can access these specific terms in the dictionary. Values are accessed by referring to their corresponding key within square brackets. In this, we can see the example print my dict model, and the output will be the Mustang. And the next we are talking is about modifying dictionary. How we can modify the dictionary: adding, update, assigning a value in the older or existing one. In this we can see my dict color. We can add an attribute color and leave the value as red, adding a new key value pair. In this case we are adding a new attribute, and in the existing also we can update it, or we can change that existing values. The second example we can see that my dict year equal to 2020. In the before it is given that 1964, and we are updated it as 2020. And next we are going how we can remove an element from a dictionary. Removing, we can use the delete keyword or methods like book or pop item. Here we can see the example: delete my dict brand. And the second method we use the pop method. Remove year equal to my dict dot pop year.